what children really love. Assume that you make a list. What are the environment, ambience, what a child really likes in school? If you just list all of them, maybe 20 points if you can list. Ask any kid. Those who are experiencing different, either in a village or in a city or in an advanced school, or as we also know that these are all the parameters what a kid like to have for creating. Maybe 4 or 5 parameters are which the early childhood education aims to. One is a language skill. Second one is arithmetic, mathematical skill. And third one could be a social skill. And fourth one is probably memorizing. But if you look at all these, which are all the parameters which somebody looks for a very child-friendly environment in which all these can be attained. What is today's classroom? You list down the items. So we have a concept of today, the classroom is having a wall, have a teacher's desk, we have a board or a projector, we have seats arranged in a row for students to sit, the students have got a uniform. So what is a realistic, what is existing practically today vis-a-vis what is expected? I am sure for attaining all these goals you don't require any of these things what I said. Correct? So what is a model school? I love my child to be in a place where, if you want a child to be creative, the first thing, if a teacher has to be creative, a scientist has to be creative, we need freedom. Correct? In 20 years of my service in Department of Space, I never signed an attendance register. But because we had a great man who wrote how Department of Space should work, and that is T.N. Sheshan. A great man, T.N. Sheshan, wrote the rules in Department of Space, and he said scientists need not sign in Department of Space. And I don't report to my director actually, though administratively for salary, leave and all that I may report to director, but all the projects in ISRO is run by collaborating with the different centers of ISRO. I can pull out, if I am working in Hyderabad, I want somebody from Bangalore or from Thiruvananthapuram, Ahmedabad, which I think my project needs these people, I can just suggest by name, get this fellow to me so that I can. That is how the project became successful in this. Now you tell me in a school, a KG teacher with 20 children is a KG teacher for a year. Do you think that KG teacher can request the 9th class physics teacher, please come and engage this class to tell some idea about what I am doing? Do you think a teacher who is teaching maths in 7th class wanted to spare some time and then come to the LKG, UKG class and teach for some time? Immediately the school administration will say, no, your job is not this. Correct? We are all working in a non-freedom situation. What is the new education? It is not new education policy. I started a model school in Kerala, where one lady who passed the teacher training certificate, that is called a TTC in Kerala, she came to me, she had some family issues, problems. When I found that the family issue came because she is from a different caste, somebody is from a different caste. I met her husband sometime back in Dubai and he referred, asked her, his wife to come and meet me so that your problems can be solved. That's how she came to me. And what had happened was, when I met, I really understood it is not the problem with the family is because she is not engaged herself in some activities where she is supposed to get engaged. Right? So engagement is must. How do you get engaged? Great hope that no, I love teach students, I wanted to do a TTC, I want to work in some school, but the opportunity was denied. I said, don't worry. They were staying in the center of a city in a large house. I said, vacate this. You don't require, your husband is out. You have 2 children and they have to be sent to schools. Instead of that, start homeschooling at your place. We will convert this. It's an old house, but it's a little big. I said, convert this into a different structure so that it become child friendly, attractive. You need an ambience when you look from outside. You need a big rainbow, maybe a 3-dimensional. I made all this. Right. Created a 3D sort of. It's like a park. Right. When somebody looks at that, oh, it's something different. So the ambience is required. How much you want to spend for that, it is up to you. But those days I remember, even the house, I did not even got repainted because I don't know when those people will stop. I was doing an experiment. So the bathroom door is pasted with a flux which depicts that it's a bathroom. No, you don't have to write it. And everything is picture. Everything is picture. You can see that. It is there on my YouTube video. And the whole, what a child really loves is not to sit. They want to jump, they want to sit, they want to sleep. Whenever they want to sleep, let them sleep. How does it matter? In a home, until they are sent for nursery or even 3rd grade. That's why I say age 3 to grade 3. The new education policy is also same. That time also my concept was same. Age 3 to grade 3. 6 years. Let the students be in a single place, together like a combined family, where you have cushions which are maybe 2-inch, 3-inch cushions. Put in a beautiful, colorful Ruxin cover. Got it? So you don't require maintain any furniture. Just put it on the floor, including teachers, parents, ayahs, mentor, whomever you call. All of them are their family members. You can invite grandparents, people who are surround them, who has got some interest, invest some time, go and sit there, tell some stories. So it's like an enlarged family. It's like an extended family. Right? No textbooks, no syllabus, no learning patterns. It's all creative. So some grandparent says that I'm sitting here for last 3-4 days. Yeah, I think this may work much better for children. Do that. Got it? You may have in Bombay sort of a place, I'm sure you will have, at least when you select a few children, 10 of them, 5 of them will be from different languages. Right? You may not know all the languages, but I am sure when their parents comes, grandparents comes, the child comes, you can communicate to them into different languages. So by the end of 3 months, if you have 10 children, all of them will learn 5 languages. Because our aim is to teach them language. That will be done. Correct? You don't have to teach them 1, 2, 3, 4 writing. There are different methods in which they will learn by themselves. It's so simple and easy for people to learn. There is a great experiment which can be conducted. It's also there quoted, but it's little exaggerated. But it says that you cover a laptop and maybe 10 or 15 laptops you cover in a beautiful packet and gift it to somebody who is in the deepest forest in South Africa. Get some 20 children and ask them, they will open it and then I'm sure they will switch on and then they will start working on something. So children are, but I don't think that will happen with you elders, like a 50 years old fellow, you keep them, they will not even open it. So children love to do a lot of experiments and they will invent themselves all the opportunities for learning. If I don't know, I will ask somebody else. If I have to teach my language to Dolly, I don't require a translative language like English. It ende tala. It ende tala. You learned it, right? You know tala means head, idu means this, ende means mine. It's very simple. If you don't understand, immediately I will add it, ende, phone. So phone is only different, right? So you realize this is phone, this is tala, right? In any language, I don't think anybody reads and writes to learn the language skill. Literature is different. But up to 3 years, we need only language. Up to 7th grade, we are learning about life and around my life. That is what is the syllabus. In the whole world, it's like that. Maybe after 8th, it is abstract knowledge. To understand life around life and all that, you don't require logical reasoning, analytical skill. But if you don't teach them in the younger childhood, they will lose that in the later age. So I must tell them lot of things, So that can be easily done. There are many ways of understanding. See, I don't think a mathematics, I'm just seeing something here, so I'm using it. Assume that you wanted to know the circumference. You can ask somebody to paste a paper here, cut up to this and cut this and then take this out and then say this is the length, this is the circumference. This can be learned by a 3-year-old child also. But if you teach, you may not teach the way they understand sometimes. But I am sure a grade 3 child who understood this teaches a age 3 child, they will learn much faster.
Foundation is clean.
Yeah. So I am sure when you mix children in a house, if you put some 10 children of different houses, assume that my brother's child, my children, all of them are together when they are from age 3 to age 9. They will not sit age 3 together, age 9 separate together, right? They will all mix. You can see them playing, communicating, learning, looking at things, understanding, so many things. But why we are not creating such a situation to learn in the school? It's a big question. We call it informal learning. The new education policy called it informal. This is what it means. Language skill, arithmetic, logical reasoning, data analysis, social skill. The social skills are many. A child is seeing the other child keep putting a tiffin in the mouth. I'm sure the next child also, without teaching, they will do it. But a ayah or a mother, maybe sometimes some food will be spread, you will need more effort to clean it. Understood? So when you keep everything disciplined, I am not saying there is no discipline required, there is no neatness required, everything is required. But you may have to put more effort on that when you give more freedom. Right? So you need to have a place where they will eat, but not in a place where they keep things in a proper order. The wall can be kept for hanging different things so that you don't require. Whatever you keep in a drawer or in a table can be kept in a wall without hurting and without using space. When you have few furnitures, I'm sure your worry is when a child runs, they are going to hit there and then something will happen. That's why you say don't run in the class. Otherwise, children can run always. Correct? And in today's situation like Bombay, I'm sure you don't have a public space where you can go and then do these activities. In school also, either it's rain or it is sun or it's not clean, pollution is more. But I'm sure you can create all these what you wanted to do in a outside situation inside your. And what you do is they create different themes. One day when they come, the class is full of aquarium, lot of fish. It's only flux or maybe paintings or boards which you have to keep seeing that no, everything is fish. Next day you put the same thing and continuously for 4 days they don't even watch because they know it's already there. And I will see that maybe after a month. We have, every one of us have got this conditioning of the brain. But I am sure if you change it next day, at least if you have got 10 children, 5 of them, 50% will come and ask you, yesterday something was there, why is not there? Then you should tell, tomorrow I am going to change this. If you want, look at this today only. Understood? And it makes the children so eager to come back to your classroom, which says, I am eager to know what's there tomorrow. No? Understood?
That's the excitement.
That is the excitement that children will have. I wanted to see what is that. Tomorrow it can be forest. Day after tomorrow it can be your city of New York can be printed and then kept. No, you feel like you are in New York. Next day it can be a sky, everywhere dark, including the lights off. They will feel like we are in dark and the sky. We are seeing all the planets. Why are you teaching planets in the textbook? You create sky there. Got it? And I am sure you don't even have to teach. I am sure by age, the grade 3 child will tell the younger one. The younger one will ask, what is that? Every child eager to ask a lot of questions. What is that? What is this? What is that? What is that? We are not able to answer because in front of us 10 children are there. They keep on asking to one fellow. Instead of that, if you redistribute it to the elderly children, I am sure if they don't know also, they will say, I don't know. Correct? And definitely the child will have a inquisitiveness. Some younger child asked me, what is that? I don't know. That's shame for me. I am going to ask this and then find out. Tomorrow I will tell you the answer. If you can create this quest for knowledge in children by grade 3, I am sure you have done the job. You cannot run it with one teacher. You cannot run it with 3 ayahs. You need the whole cooperation of parents, grandparents, those who are free in the society, who want to spend some time, invest some time. I don't tell spend time, no. Invest some time for the next generation. I was telling in the early childhood education classes, you tell me if I have to be there, you identify, they need not join you, but identify 10 children, they are ready to come. Their parents are ready to attend. You have got at least 30-40 people there. I will come and invest my 1 week or 1 month if you want, until it gets established. Number 1. Number 2, homeschooling is the most best possible things what everybody can do in this world. That is understood by all the Western world, except a few countries are against this. They think that it is against the norms. They have to be sent to schools. India has no policies. So what happens is, some of them are experimenting this. So when they are experimenting, what happens? The child becomes alone. They don't get the social skill, number 1. America and all, what happens is, every Saturday, Sunday, if it is holiday, either it is given on Monday or Friday. They don't give in the weekdays in the middle as a holiday. That is because they always believe people have to have long weekend. They actually support people for long weekend and go for trekking, go for beach programs. Parks are everywhere. If you look at America, every county has got a park. Not one, many parks, and beautiful library. And last year or before that, during the COVID, somebody from America was talking to me. She was a 9th grader. I will refer that, or you can look at that, in which she says, my reading habits, everything came because my mother used to take me to the library and she reads, and we are put in a place where a lot of books are there, and by default I have nothing else to do. I am seeing a lot of kids reading. See, when everybody is reading, I will also keep reading. If you have everybody not reading, I am sure nobody will read. So you need a library which is user friendly, child friendly. You don't require a large cupboard. You require only cupboard where people can access. The children must be able to access. It can be on the floor. Put everything on the floor. Let them catch something and start reading. You need a drawing place where people can draw with crayon, so that your main place where you wanted to play and learn will not. So you need, it depends on how much budget you have. You can create separate rooms. If it is not there, probably you will have to remake it for temporary purpose. You will say all the books are here in the same room. You can do it. So there is no budget constraint. It's only an attitude. Oh, this is a good concept. Let me do that. I can go on and on, but I think you understood the frame, right? Probably I have not told like this to somebody else earlier also, because they did not come back with a very, very specific question like what you asked. And when I speak to Bombay, it is this. But when I speak to somebody in a village, it could be entirely different. Understood? So model school is not a model for the whole India. The model schools are different models. Otherwise you cannot call it as a model, right? Assume that same thing you repeat in 10 places. How can you call it as a model? Model is one. There is only one. Not two are there. Similar to this. So every school is different. That's what I think. No, you tell me a date, in a week's time I will be there. That's a courage which I can give. More than that, what can I give? Probably what we can do is we can do it as a learning program, explaining program for different people. They can gather at your place. Probably few children who are ready, they can come. They can bring at least a few children from different places and experiment for 1 week and then see how much they grow in 1 week. See, what I did was, when KG children enter in the class, definitely, even if it is not LKG, UKG, even in grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 or nursery, the first day most of the children will cry because they don't want to leave their parents, right? In my model school, I guarantee that no child will cry. What I do is I keep a camera there and a big projector. No child loves to see them crying themselves. I'm telling, assume that some child is crying, you tell I am going to take a picture, finished. They will stop crying. Understood? See, these are all small tricks. Unless you see that practically, I have seen it practically by doing. See, I remember we had a great professor, electronics professor, who used to teach M.Tech and above, PhD level. After retirement, we had a long discussion and he started a small place where science can be learned with fun. So what he did was, he knows electronics perfectly well, no issue at all. So big globe. In big globe you have got Africa. Say. When you press Africa, automatically the light will fall in a place where, or maybe a tinkling light with a written there, which are all the countries. No. See, for example, when you press India, if I want to know capital, it says India capital is New Delhi. Then New Delhi will start flickering. Understood? You don't have to teach them. The other day I was one of the schools, in a school where many teachers were there. Yeah, it was for early childhood education training, but I said everybody can attend. I will tell you how to learn different things at a different level. Take examples from different places. See, I'll tell you, I asked some of the teachers the capital of few countries around India. They don't know. Including social science teachers. Because it's not in syllabus. Understood? But when you write an entrance examination, go for a test, I'm sure all the PSC test without this you cannot. Even when you read a newspaper, you see some news from Naipido, you don't know where Naipido is. I said, what is this education? How much time it takes for you? I have proved that I made them to sit together, made a group and then taught to them countries and capitals in 2 rounds. 10 of them will finish 20 countries and capitals. They were so happy. I said, you can do it in physics, you can do it in social science, biology, take all the technical terms, learn this. This is how I teach my children. It is not, when I know something, I am sure, how do I spread this is what I keep thinking. So given a situation, I know what can be done. You give me a group, I will tell you, I will not repeat probably what I did somewhere else. Maybe 60% gets repeated because I am the same. I am addressing the same group. But always if I don't do something 40% new, I am not a creative person. So I feel a classroom also should be a place where you do every day something new. Look at syllabus. And we keep saying this, CBSE syllabus for LKG. I keep asking this question, CBSE Central Board for Secondary Education, where is LKG? It is after 9th class. Every teacher, every school, every educator has got a freedom to do what they want. Ultimate aim is to teach them these 4-5 basic things. Discipline is not a teacher's job actually, it is parents' job. But we need to keep them disciplined because others won't be able to do the job, they will not be able to learn. But that learning with the discipline, without a teacher asking them to keep quiet, I am sure they will get engaged, they will keep quiet. Understood? So this is what I wanted to do. It's not that I have not done, I have done it somewhere. But then during COVID I thought I will do it, but then my intention was in a COVID situation when I do it locally I can have many places. And I'll tell you, if the model is really good and you have got maybe 10 or 20 children, age 3 to grade 3 means actually you are catering to 6 grades. The 6th grade, 10 students is 60 children. I'm sure an international school will come and canvas and tell Dolly, you give me those 60 children for my 4th class admission, I'll pay you this much. So you can create return on investment also. Correct? Except in the West. In India, that's a big business. So you know how to make that business also. This is what I keep saying. To do any performance, you need attitude, you need skill, and you need opportunities. You have good opportunity, you have skill. What you don't have is the attitude. DrTPS doesn't have attitude. That is basically because I have no intention to become famous. I have no intention to make money. I have no intention to gain more knowledge also. Understood? Because I got all the 3 with me.
Yeah.
So why should I will always think, why should I take an effort of extra mile running and toiling myself? That's what I think. But then, okay, somebody really wants me, fine. That's only what I'm saying. If somebody is expecting that, no, this is what I want from you, all right, good, I am there. That's what I keep saying. Now, some children, they want, today I got some girl who messaged me that, no, I completed my graduation, I am there in so and so place. I was recollecting, the child had a polio. So one hand was different from the other hand. So most of the time she used to hide it behind. Right? Little problem with the legs also. But that is not that visible, because if you don't use it more, the polio will stay for longer. If you start using it, it will become able by itself. Legs people will generally use because you have to walk. Hand, without one hand also you can manage most of the things. So this is how it has happened. The parents told me there is a problem like this, totally not even coming out any public. The problem is this, that they are told. Even teachers, when somebody has to do some activity, playing, or maybe, hold some desk for moving from another place. If this girl goes, she says, no, you don't come, because you cannot do it. No. Understood? One hand is not good enough. So it was always pushing back. Was put in my camp for 10 days. I used to do 10 days camp. But nothing. I did not deal, I did not talk about it. But then we had a lot of activity programs in which they have to demonstrate without words what are their parents doing. Right? Somebody is a cook, somebody may be a carpenter, somebody may be working in a bank. They have to act. So this girl, her mother happens to be a nurse. So nurse was shown at a different angle, but without one hand, no, you cannot show this. Understood? Automatically the hand came out and then said, no, the cleanliness is being displayed in a poster there. The hand cleanliness, because you go to nurse, you will see how the hand has to be cleaned, right? Automatically it happened and everything is out. She has no, otherwise until 2-3 days, nobody knew that she had a problem. But it became so normal. It's in a place like Saudi Arabia where a girl is not supposed to touch even 3-year-old girl is not supposed to touch another gender there. I remember I stayed in a place where some parents wanted to meet me. Only the husband was sent. The wife and the kid was made to sit in the car. Okay, but then the father said, let me take this young kid of 3 years. They said, no, girls are not permitted, means 3 years also not permitted. That's it. Understood? So I remember I went there as a guest after this program, and it is over after 2 years. And from 8th grade or 9th grade, she was in 11th or 12th. Generally after session, I will ask if somebody has question, you can come onto the stage. I will allow everybody to come onto the stage, use the mic. You can see my programs. All school programs are like that. I will invite them to the stage so that your stage fear will go. You have little something to ask. From there you shout, it wastes time. I said, come to the stage. So at least 10 people run, I will say stop. The first 10 only will get chance. So there is a competition. Everybody will run and come. And then this girl also came. You know what she did? As soon as she came onto stage, she just hugged me like this on the stage. It's actually a crime in that place. I may not know the rule, but she knows the rule because she is from that place, right? But people forget. Because a small change which you can make in their life, I'm sure that will be there in their throughout life. So I keep saying a LKG teacher up to grade 3, what difference you make. My children still remember their KG teachers, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, who taught English, who taught social science. When they come for leave from my 2 sons, one is in Dublin, another one is in America. Both of them will ask about them, talk about them. If they are there in the city, go and meet them. You understood? What else a teacher require? You are standing on this side of the river to know whether to cross or not.
Yeah.
I am giving you your hand. I know swimming. I will take you the other side. It's up to you to decide.